off their dominant win in Chicago, Edmonton Impact is the team to beat at the West Coast Open. In their first PSP win since 2010, Impact displayed a masterful command at every position. In a stand-up performance, veteran Zach Yakimek won the MVP award for his amazing play as the second attacker on the Snakes side. Impact fields a formidable lineup with talent and experience at all levels. And with 3 second-place finishes and a win in the past 5 events, Impact is quickly making a claim to the title of best team in the league. This event we could see the best Impact yet, as the new younger talents on the team, Nick Laval, Danny Park, and Ryan Martin, have done nothing but improve, and their veterans are playing better than ever. The entire team is gaining more and more confidence with their continued success. They filled one of the deepest squads in the PSP, with Justin Rabikoff, Justin Cornell, and Joshua Met leading the charge in the first attacker position. We could see Impact win 2 in a row at the PSP West Coast Open. Though Tampa Bay Damage hasn't played in the finals this season, they won the West Coast Open last year, and as long as their stacked roster stays the same, they're a favorite at every event that they play in. Damage lost the eventual winners of the last event, Edmonton Impact, in the semifinals in a close match, 7-5. Damage is a top-tier team with no holes and a wealth of experience in big games. What makes Damage so dangerous is their chameleon-like ability to change the pace of their tactics to suit the team they play and the layout of the field. They have one of the fastest group of front attackers in the league, with Timmy Probst, Keith Brown, Chad Bougier, and Dan Holliday. The Edwards brothers, Jason and Jacob, are 2 of the highest-ranked players on the team and are leading Damage in confirmed kills. Ramzi Al-Yusuf has also proved to be a potent weapon as well. It's been a year since Damage graced the podium, but this could be their event to win.
So welcome back here to the semifinals in the Champions Division here at the 2014 PSP West Coast Open are about to go down. Tampa Bay Damage taking on Edmonton Impact. I'm Manny Marshall alongside Chris Lasoya and Todd Martinez. So we have seen an insane day today so far. And if you missed any of those games, you definitely need to go back and watch them, because this morning has just been nothing but
chaos,
upsets, and yeah, complete chaos. It's super, it's exciting to watch.
Can't blink.
That's for sure. Yeah, so we're gonna put 20 minutes on the clock here in regulation time, and we're gonna find out who will be advancing to play in the finals against the winner of the Art Chaos Red Legion game, which is going to go down right after this matchup. So Tampa Bay Damage, they won this event last year, but they have not made the finals since then. And on the flip side, Edmonton Impact is having one of those years that you dream about when you are starting to play the game and starting to play tournament paintball. So which one of these 2 powerhouse teams is going to take this victory and go to the finals? I don't know. That's why we shoot the paintballs at each other. Todd, what do you think?
Man, I think both these teams had a great Friday. I think yesterday definitely showed that all the teams started to figure out the field a little bit better. That Edmonton Impact Art Chaos game was wild. Tampa Bay Damage, we saw them come out on Friday playing really well. A lot of talented players on both sides of the field over here. I hate to try and pick winners. I like to enjoy the madness and see how this all plays out, but big games are what we here for. So Edmonton Impact all the way out to the Dorito corner on the break. Tampa Bay Damage, 2 in the Dorito side tower, 1 over here in the Snake Side Temple. That's Timmy Probst with Jacob Edwards. In the little cake behind him, Justin Cornell gets out here to the Snake Side Temple as well. The first body to drop is going to be from Edmonton Impact. Zane Yakimek getting shot out of that Dorito 1 after making the corner.
4 bodies still alive for Impact, 5 for Damage. The Edwards brothers, Timmy Probst, Keith Brown, and Brian Smith. And Keith Brown trying to shoot at this guy on your screen right now, Justin Cornell. So Cornell and Brown over here, Snake Side, trying to make it out. And then there's the rest of the line for Edmonton Impact. Still 4 bodies for them. No one really has progressed up the field, though. So conservative breakout for these teams here, trying to fight to get into position downfield. Damage rolling their guns. Damage came out in the prelim matches pretty aggressive in the first points to put leads on the board, and then they start slowing it down. But, they're playing Impact right now, so they can't make any mistakes. Starting a little bit slower here, but they do have a 1-body advantage. The referee over there checking out, and he looks like he's clean. So everyone's still clean on Tampa Bay Damage. Impact. Yeah, so Impact here. Not looking to move, you can tell. Just kind of locked into those lanes, and they know they're down a body. Damage now, good crossfield spread for them. And there's Keith Brown, snake side. Keith Brown always is looking to make a move, though. He's one of the more aggressive guys on Tampa Bay Damage, and that's why he plays the one on the snake side. You have to have somebody with aggressive tendencies who can play on the snake side as the one, that first attacker.
You know, and out of everybody playing this tournament, I think these two teams are playing the best right now, in my personal opinion. I kind of give the advantage to Impact a little bit, but Damage, they shoot really good lanes in the break. They're very consistent. They're slow pushers, and they don't get crazy. Oh, Justin Rabikoff, Todd, taking the walk on this snake side of the field.
Yeah, I think Dalton Vanderbilt, or I'm sorry, Jacob Edwards over there got a shot in on him and then bumped up into Dorito 2. Brian Smith up the middle right now for Tampa Bay Damage. Justin Cornell makes a bump out to the snake side corner to try and give his team some spacing, but he gets a bounce. Referee checking him out. He's clean. Josh Wimette makes a bump out to the Dorito 1 to try and space the field. Brian Smith getting shot. Trading out with Rainey Stanzak. Here comes Jacob Edwards on into the 50. He gets picked up from across the field. Keith Brown is alive. He jumps up into the 50 snake. Immediately guns up across the field. Timmy Probst still alive over there for Tampa Bay Damage. Damage losing a couple bodies. Now a 2-on-2 situation. Wimette and Cornell taking on Keith Brown and Timmy Probst. Cornell on into the back of the snake. He's gonna come up into the snake 3. Keith Brown is gonna get shot from across the field. So Tampa Bay Damage had the body advantage and then got shot making big bumps up across the field. So now a 2-on-1 in favor of Edmonton Impact, and Timmy Probst gonna get pinched out. And Edmonton Impact start off on their heels, fight back, and put the first point on the board.
Todd, we saw that in their match against Dynasty in the prelims, where Dynasty was really putting pressure on them, getting upfield. They'd be down a body or two. It wouldn't matter. Impact would just, they just control those lanes and pick and win gunfights. That's really been the difference for Edmonton Impact. They're winning gunfights. They're making smart moves, and we saw that out of them. We saw that out of them at the last event too. So, you can't. Damage and Impact are both favorites here, but one of these teams is going home, and one of them will advance to the finals. The score 1-0, still 16:30 to go in that pretty long first point. Looking in the pits right now for Edmonton Impact. There's Justin Rabikoff, who had a pretty insane dive to tie it up, but they ended up losing that game yesterday.
Yep. In that crazy game against Art Chaos. Check out this game matchup. Yeah, I think we need to adjust.
I need to adjust the
some of these right here.
Yeah,
finishing and defending for Impact.
But still, both these teams very evenly matched in the sense that Tampa Bay Damage is pretty much the same roster for years. And again, they won this event last year, and they're very hungry. Damage playing some incredibly inspired paintball in the prelims. Tampa Bay Damage, only game, they won all 4 games yesterday. All 4 games in the prelims. So looking really good right now. But Edmonton Impact had such an amazing year, or is having such an amazing year. So anyone's game here. Also hope you guys, if you pick guys from, when you're picking your fantasy team, you're trying to pick guys that are going to go far in the tournament. So hopefully you were able to pick some of the guys from Impact or Damage. And then you're fighting for a custom jersey prize package from Raza Paintball. So here we go. Damage on your left, Impact on your right as these teams switch sides. And now Impact spreading the field out. They lose Zane Yakbek again. I think he just got shot. Oh, Cornell's coming off early.
Yeah, Cornell getting shot. Nobody's left on the snake side for Impact. He was the widest guy, but Rainey Stanzak still in there, chopping down that zone. Tampa Bay Damage. They're 5 bodies alive. They get Dalton Vanderbilt out to the Dorito 1. Justin Rabikoff able to fill out on the snake side into that snake side temple. Dalton Vanderbilt up into Dorito 2 now. Dan Holliday and Chad Bougere over on the Dorito side tower for Damage. Brian Smith I'm sorry, that's Jason Edwards over there with Holiday. Bougere is here in the snake side temple with Brian Smith. Justin Rabakoff looking to make move down the snake.
It's looking like Rainey has a gun problem right now, Todd. Look at your screen. Kind of doing some surgery on his loader or something across the field.
Yeah, Jason Edwards.
Sorry, Jason Edwards.
Jason Edwards has had his gun down here for quite some time now.
And that's a big gun to have off the field. And there's Impact on your screen. Crossing it up. Taking their time. Oh, that's never a good sign when you have your loader off the field.
Yeah, so time ticking off the clock here still, though 14:56 to go, but longer points we're going to see out of these teams unless you see bodies drop off the break. And it looks like Jason Edwards has his gun back up and rolling here. 5 bodies alive for Tampa Bay Damage. Brian Smith, Jason Edwards, as well as Dalton Vanderbilt, Dan Holiday, and Chad Bougere.
Slow playing game right now. 14 minutes left in this game, 14:30. 1 point, Edmonton Impact above Damage. Kind of slow playing right now, guys. What do you think?
Yep, Joshua Met, though, he makes a bump out to that Dorito side, gets into the small cake to help Zane out. Rainey and Justin Rabakoff both focused on Chad Bougere over here on the snake side.
Yeah, so right now, so much at stake with these two teams, which is why you see them locked in their gunfights. Don't want to make a mistake and be the guy that blows this point here for Edmonton Impact. They're down a body, so you know the advantage goes to Damage, and also Damage has to push forward because they're down a point. So that's when you see things locked into these gunfights, and that's when the pace slows down. When one team is up points but down bodies, then you're going, because then the other team, you know, again, they have to push up the field and push into guns. There's 4 guns up right now for Edmonton Impact. You're looking at the back line for Damage. Keith Brown shooting cross field, not looking like he wants to move down the snake side very much. He's just trying to get that really long crossfield shot all the way to Dorito 1. Sorry, that is
Chad Bougere.
That's Chad Bougere. Chad Bougere has become quite the utility attacker for Tampa Bay Damage.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on my team. We put him anywhere. Go up the middle and then run to the Dorito side. Now come to the snake side. Matter of fact, just coach here.
And give me a burrito on the way. Now, we talked about this earlier yesterday and obviously Friday. You know, backs and flaps right now. This long point of a game, you're going to see the pack right there. All these guys are going to run out of paint sooner or later, and they have to get more strategic about how they're going to, you know, slow play this game.
Well, it makes it a little easier to move forward when you're not constantly having pressure put on you. When guys start running low on paint, obviously, you know, you run low on ammo, got to start slowing your gun down. You never want to shoot your gun dry. You never want to put yourself in a position where you don't have any paintballs left. We haven't really seen that much this event. No one's been picking the paintballs up off the ground.
And it's the one tournament that it's actually dry and there's nice grass.
And you can pick up paintballs off the ground.
You can. Nobody does. That's funny. But they blessed us with good weather this weekend. It's very, very nice out here. Beautiful grass. Look at the field.
California. What a surprise.
God bless. Still, was it 5-on-5 still or 5-on-4? JC taking the walk by Daniel Holiday. But up 1 point, Edmonton Impact with 12 minutes left in this game, Todd.
Yep, there's Rainey Stanzak on your screen with Joshua Met in that little cake. Ooh, looked like he took a close one right there. Backing up now, he's going to look the opposite way. Rainey Stanzak going to stand up tall. Watch over. Justin Rabakoff now goes from the corner into the snake. We've got some action here. Chad Bougere up in the snake as well. He's going to fight heads up against Justin Rabakoff. Brian Smith going to back up out of that wing and get in with Chad Bougere in the back of the first snake structure. Dalton Vanderbilt made a big bump up into the 50 Dorito. It's probably the reason why Justin Rabakoff bailed out of that corner. So now give himself some protection.
Well, now we have another body coming off on that D side of the field. So now Tampa Bay Damage has a big advantage here with 5 players alive, only looking at 3 bodies, so looking like they have a good chance to tie this game up. It's just Justin Rabakoff, Rainey Stanzik, Joshua Met left alive on the field right now for Edmonton Impact. And they have, look at the snake battle kind of matching up here is Justin Rabakoff, the one player in the snake for Impact, and all the way back at snake 1. That's the best defensive position. He's there because Tampa Bay Damage has that 50-yard line on the D side. 2 players in the snake. Chad Bougere at the 50-yard line, and here comes the hammer about to drop 3 Impact players coming off real fast, and the point is going to go to Tampa Bay Damage. So 2 long points here. Played to a stalemate. It's all tied up at 1. 1 for Damage and 1 for Impact.
Long point, man. Long point.
Well, again, man, these guys are fighting to get into the finals. And so when you have really guys that are really good at what they do and not a lot of bodies coming up off the break, and one team with an advantage. And the team that had the point advantage, Impact, went down a body early. So, but Damage slowly but surely made their way down the field and ended up taking that point victory. So,
yeah, good job right there by Dalton Vanderbilt and Chad Bougere.
They didn't lose a body.
No, didn't lose a body, and they moved at the right times. They worked together, stayed alive, came out wide, got into the snake, and just worked it. Textbook.
Yeah, that was definitely a textbook play right there. Perfect point. So we're going to be right back here. Stick around. I know So Tampa Bay Damage on your screen. And less than 10 seconds before the start of this next one here. Tied up at 1. Impact on your right, Damage on your left. And Damage Impact trying to get out wide, Damage trying to get up the center. Jacob Edwards comes off early. 5 players alive right now for Edmonton Impact. Oh, Damage loses another one. Dalton Vanderbilt gets shot. So just 3 players left alive for Damage. They're stuck in the center. And 2 guns for Damage shooting towards that D side of the field, towards that pit side. And just Keith Brown, 1 gun to try to keep the attack from Edmonton Impact, to slow them down over here on the snake side. Rabikoff makes his move in the center up to the 50-yard line, and he is going to try to get a shot on Timmy Probst underneath that A. So that center run through might be open here for Justin Rabikoff.
Oh, nice shot under the A. That middle bunker that Justin Rabikoff's at, under the bunker, Matty.
I don't know if that was him or Justin Cornell, because Justin Cornell made it into snake 2 now to the 50-yard line. And this looks like it's going to be a quick one here for Edmonton Impact, though Justin Rabikoff just got shot. Just 1 player left alive. It's just Chad Bougere in the back corner bunker for Tampa Bay Damage.
Taking out 2 players, though, Matty. Justin Rabikoff. And who else took a shot across the field? Nick Laval. Here's JC, Justin Cornell, shooting across the field and taking out the last player. Chad Bougere taking the walk. Impact going up 2-1 if the flag hangs clean, Todd.
Yeah, saw Skinny Kevin over there with his hand on the buzzer. And then Chad Bougere started lacing people up, running down the field.
It's like, oh.
And this is that type of field, you know?
Whoa.
Yesterday, it was like, okay, all right. Oh, there goes a body, there goes a body. You know, we've been watching it all over the place happen, throughout this event. I mean, the gaps are big, and people if you try and take too big of a bite, then you create opportunities for the other team to shoot you moving through those gaps. So, you really have to play textbook and efficient when you're making your moves up the field, because if you try and take those big bites, it could cost you.
So, yeah, I mean, Lauren Kelly's got one of the best seats in the house over there. Stalking
I think that guy has the best seat in the house, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's our camera guy and our sideline host, Lauren Kelly. So yeah, follow Lauren on Instagram. It's Lauren Kelly. And keep sending us your photos, #PBA Live. Show us your photos of you guys watching the webcast. So here we go.
Get back to work, Lauren. Stop taking selfies over there on the sidelines.
So Impact in now with a little lead here, 2-1, 9 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Impact taking the field. See who they send out. Tampa Bay Damage also getting ready to roll. Down by 1 here, must-win situation. It's win or go home, but the winner will advance to the finals to take on the winner of the next game, Art Chaos and Moscow Red Legion. Already in the Challengers Division final is what an amazing story. Baltimore Revo, the underdogs, only their second event. They will be fighting against San Antonio X Factor in the Challengers Division final match. There's Impact on your screen.
Number 81, Josh Wilmette, having a real solid year for Edmonton Impact this year. Past couple seasons, actually, he's been playing really, really well for them.
Looks like Impact is calling a timeout.
We got Zane Yakimek right there. Justin Cornell on the screen. Here is the Edmonton Impact pits. They're going to take a minute to talk about this.
Well, and I mean, it's a close game, but normally the team that's losing is the one that calls the timeout. Yeah, so it was actually Tampa Bay Damage that called that timeout. So Tampa Bay Damage going to be having a little bit of conversation there. But let's talk a little bit about this game coming up after this matchup, Art Chaos Moscow Red Legion. That's a very interesting story. So many different storylines running through this entire, both divisions, champs and challengers. And tell me that and that's a champions division matchup, but the challengers division has gotten incredibly interesting too, especially with both Dynasty and Infamous going to be in the challengers division for a World Cup. But this next game, Art Chaos and Moscow Red Legion, that's going to be going down right after this matchup. That's a battle between a legendary franchise in Moscow Red Legion, and then Art Chaos was built off the backbone of 4 of the biggest Russian players ever to play. And so now Red Legion fought hard through the prelims to get finally into the semis again, which is kind of, if that's a great thing for their franchise, 4 events into having to rebuild their team. So
yeah, well,
that's going to be a crazy one.
The addition of the French players from the Tauntauns coming over to Moscow Red Legion has definitely, helped bolster their talent level. I think Colombo's playing really well for them. Coolm has been playing really well for them.
Yeah, those are the main guys. And actually, the Weak Flow is not at this event. I guess his wife is having a kid. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, 9 minutes and 8 seconds to go in this matchup here. 1-2 is the score.
All right, on the breakout. Edmonton Impact going 3 hard toward the Dorito side again. Tampa Bay Damage able to shoot Zane Yakimek running wide on the Dorito side. Damage keeps all 5 bodies alive. Jacob and Jason Edwards, Timmy Probst, Brian Smith, and Keith Brown. For Tampa Bay Damage, there's Rainey Stanzak locking down that snake side of the field. Just stacked with pods, pumping paint through this lane. Does not want to let Keith Brown get in the snake. Don't blink though, because Keith Brown can sneak in there. Very, very quick.
Yeah, so only Zane dead. And Zane's actually had kind of a little bit of a tough tournament over there on the D side of the field. Impact's playing well, but, and that's a hard side to make it out on. But definitely having a hard time getting out wide over there, especially against the gun of Jason Edwards. Oh, but Jason Edwards is going to take the walk. So now it's evened up 4-on-4, which is going to slow things down. But again, Edmonton Impact with the lead, so Damage forced to push forward. They have no choice. They are down by a point.
Trying to get in a snake right there, Todd. You're going to call it Justin Cornell.
Yeah, Justin Cornell is looking for it right now. Justin Rabikoff really low to the ground, looking up the middle in that can. There's 2 bodies in his mirror. Justin Cornell in a gunfight with Keith Brown over here. Keith Brown's got backup with Brian Smith right next to him, just pumping that snake lane. And Brian Smith going to go take an opportunity to come up the middle and across into that wing. Kind of take some of the pressure off Keith Brown and give Timmy Probst a little bit more room to breathe in that snake side can. There's Brian Smith right there with the aerial view, number 65. Justin Cornell makes a bump out to the snake side corner. Justin Rabikoff fills in right next to him. In the snake side temple, Joshua Met out of his bunker on into the cake on the Dorito side. He's going to look to get an attack going for Edmonton Impact down the Dorito side. Timmy Probst comes over with Jacob Edwards into that Dorito tower. Kind of give them a little extra body, extra gun, and just in time, Timmy Probst picks up Justin Rabikoff, trying to make a move from the temple on into the snake, but Justin Cornell shoots out Keith Brown, and then he dives into the snake.
So things are getting interesting over here, snake side of the field. Just when it looks like it was not going Impact's way by losing Rabikoff, Cornell steps up to get the shot on Brown. Cornell almost gets shot cross field, but no, he makes it in alive to the 50-yard line. So 4 bodies alive for Damage and 3 for Impact, but Impact much better field position right now. So I think Impact only, or Damage only has 3 bodies alive too. Yeah, 3 bodies alive for both teams. Jacob Edwards, Timmy Probst, and Brian Smith, but not good field position for them. Hunkered down to their bunkers, trying to stay alive. Cornell wrapping around. You can see how tight these guys. There's Timmy Probst tucked into his spot. And now move being made by Jacob Edwards down the D side into D2.
Justin Cornell trying to get a shot in on Brian Smith, who's wrapping around, looking on the Dorito side, trying to protect himself. Gonna be tough to gun battle out of that spot. There's Timmy Probst right there, tucked in, trying to protect him. Jacob Edwards still alive. He's up in Dorito 2. He's looking across the field, trying to get a shot at Justin Cornell. Rainey Stanzak now probing the first snake beam. Going back and forth. It is a 3-on-3 situation right now. Joshua Met still over there in the Dorito 1. We are approaching the 5-minute mark. Edmonton Impact still up 1 point in this 2-1 game, and there goes Timmy Probst.
That was Rainey's, sorry, is that Rainey across the field over there? Or
Joshua Met.
Joshua Met, sorry guys. That was a great shot.
Yeah, so Impact looking to extend their lead and give themselves a really good chance to move. Oh, but Rainey gets shot. Rainey stands getting shot in the snake over here. It's 2-on-2.
Man, Jacob Edwards has been huge for Damage this year, getting tons of kills, playing clutch points. There's Justin Cornell on your screen in the 50 snake, trying to wrap around and shoot at that wing that Brian Smith currently occupies. Brian Smith watching Joshua Met across the field. Jacob Edwards trying to protect Brian Smith's backside. Back and forth in this point.
Oh, man, and then it's going to be tough because right now Cornell has a lot to work with over here. He can go left and right-handed. You can see him switching hands there, left-handed towards the D side now. Up and over the top, too. Lots of different positions you can shoot out of that bunker. But Damage is stuck crossing it up. Well, Jacob Edwards and Brian Smith, man, they have to look out and watch each other's back.
I was just going to call that. I knew he was going to make that move right there. Good job by JC, Justin Cornell.
Yeah, that was an amazing move right there. Justin Cornell had to break through, and he was blocked out a little bit. He just needed to get past the lane before he could use one of those center bunkers.
Oh, in the goggles across the field, Maddie.
Jacob Edwards. Jacob Edwards again.
Wow, one-on-one now.
Picking up bodies.
That's 3 confirmed right now for Jacob Edwards. So it's a one-on-one situation. Jacob Edwards with his 4 confirmed kills, Justin Cornell with his 5, and this is huge right now for Damage. Jacob Edwards needs to win this one-on-one to tie it up. There's only 3 minutes and 19 seconds. This could decide the game because if Justin Cornell wins this one, that's going to send Edmonton Impact up by 2 with almost no time left. So this is a tough situation right now for Jacob Edwards. He's nowhere near the flag, and Cornell is just going to just hang out, and he's got a direct line at the flag. And you can see Jacob Edwards, I don't know, this is a tough situation here.
Back flaps on packs right now. These guys have got to be low on paint. And as many people as Jacob Edwards has shot, he must be out of paint too.
Well, he's making his move, cutting inside, decreasing the gap between him and Justin Cornell. That makes it a little bit easier to get a snapshot on somebody, but it also puts you a little bit more risk. But Jacob Edwards, and it looks like Jacob Edwards might be completely out of paint.
Yeah, it looks like he's out of paint and just gave his barrel a swab. But, I mean, time is ticking away, precious seconds, approaching the 2-minute mark right now.
And JC is just rolling his gun. He must have some paint left.
Well, he just had 1 pot. I think he put it in there.
He's trying to use a bounce shot off that can. Let's see what Jacob Edwards can do here.
Jacob Edwards going right past the flag. Jacob Edwards is...
Oh, in the loader. That's going to do it.
Justin Cornell, fist to the sky, puts an extra one there and makes double sure that Jacob Edwards is dead. So amazing work by Justin Cornell. Not only did he have a great move over here on the snake side, but then pulls off the one-on-one here, and now it's going to be very hard for Tampa Bay Damage to win this game because they are now down by 2.
Did they trade out, though, I think? I think Justin Cornell walked off the field. I don't see a point on the board yet.
Yeah, it looked like he shot Justin Cornell.
I think they traded out, to be honest with you.
Jacob Edwards thought he shot Justin Cornell.
Yeah,
well,
but then Justin raised his gun.
He did
up
raise
afterwards.
he did raise his gun.
And if he would have done that and he was dead, then that would probably be a penalty. So did he walk off the field without hanging the flag?
I think he pulled it to Tampa Bay Damage.
Maybe they did try.
If Jacob Edwards got shot, then Kevin would have blown the horn.
Right.
Save the time.
I don't see that. There's the point. So it is 3-1.
Good job by Justin Cornell.
Wow. Justin Cornell earning his paycheck here for Edmonton Impact. And there was the first move that Justin Cornell had. And there he had made his way all the way past onto Damage's side of the field. And then played that one real smart. Tried to get a bounce shot. Slowly but surely made his way down. He was watching the flag the whole time. And then Jacob Edwards knew he had to close the distance. And so he came up there and you see.
Yeah, there's Jacob getting shot in the top of the loader. Okay. Yeah, it looked like he thought he traded out. Let's watch from Justin Cornell's angle. No, maybe not.
Yeah, Justin Cornell didn't catch one. So Justin Cornell triumphant fist of this guy. And he's like, "Are you sure?
Wait a second here.
Is this practice?"
They both look confused there for a second.
So there is the PBA overall rating leaders. Still Archie Montemayor in that #1 spot, but Marcelo Margot has jumped up a couple spots into #2. And there's Matt Sauceman, big Matt Sauceman from Omaha Vicious, such a consistent player, one of the best gunfighters, or really proving he's one of the best gunfighters in the league, and really making a name for himself this year. And then followed by Alexander Bernikoff and Kevin Cali Rudolph from Los Angeles Infamous has snuck his way up into #5. So nice work there by Sauceman, up with some really experienced and a couple legendary players there. But Archie Montemayor, man, I don't know if anybody can catch him for a World Cup. We'll find out. But let's listen in real quick here to the pits. Bart Yakimek talking to his team, and then we're going to go a quick commercial break.
We need 2 up the middle. Listen, guys.
Parental advisory.
2, and a guard. We're going to risk it to get here. He shoots this way. Instead of risking here, you guys want to go here. I can shoot and then run up and go cross. No, I think you should shoot here for the guard and go up and over. 5 guns up. All right, believe in the game plan, boys. Okay, but then we have all 5 guys in the center of the top. Yes. So who crossed? Hey guys, a minute 10. Outside. 2 inside, inside.
Tense situation here. Tampa Bay Damage down by 2 with just 1 minute and 53 seconds left to go. So they are going to have to push forward. They have no choice. Here comes Chad Bougier all the way up in the center. He wants to get to that 50-yard line, and stuck in the pocket is Edmonton Impact rolling those guns. Here comes the attack from Tampa Bay Damage. Nobody's dropping for them. They're loading up that 50-yard line, and they are funneling through the center. But Chad Bougier, he walks off. He gets himself 1. Cornell comes off. Here comes Holiday. I think he got shot too. And Tampa Bay Damage still on the attack.
Here comes Brian Smith down the middle. He's going to get 1.
Wow, look at that
move. Brian Smith. Brian Smith, dominant run through up the center, gets every player and didn't even get shot. So I don't know how he made it through that lane, but perfect timing and a little bit of luck for Brian Smith. Gets himself a 4-pack, so beautiful work and nice quick point from Tampa Bay Damage to keep this one close. Still 1 minute and 11 seconds left. Wow.
That was a great move right there. That's textbook.
Well, Chad, hey,
just keep sending bodies.
Yeah, stutter step attack, man. Send Chad Bougier first, and then follow it up with Brian Smith. and Brian Smith comes through and decimates 4 players from Edmonton Impact. So we saw there in the pits right before Edmonton Impact talking out their plan. It looked pretty conservative, actually, you know, just gun up in the center and hold it down. But that's all the work that goes in behind the scenes. You saw that all, like they had 5-6 guys surrounding that clipboard trying to figure out what play they were going to run. But it didn't work out because Tampa Bay Damage had a couple boys step up for them. And man, Brian Smith getting it done. So let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, yeah, before that point I was standing in the Impact pit and they took that time out to talk about the play that they wanted to run. It sounded like they were a little unsure about if they wanted to run that specific play we just saw. J-Rab was actually saying he was okay if they ran it, but they would have to shoot the outside guys, otherwise they would be done for. As you saw, they weren't able to execute that. Damage did get that last point. They're trying to come back here. Moving forward, all they're saying is they need to stay alive. If they have bodies down against Damage, then they just need to hide and stay alive as long as possible so they can try to take this win. Back to you guys.
With 1:11, I don't know, Tampa Bay might, let's look at this replay here real quick. There's Brian Smith, look at that, just coming through and polishing off all the players that left alive in the center. And here comes Brian Smith, beautiful run through, just tapping people out. I mean, look at all the guns he was looking at.
There goes the first one. That's what let him come down the side.
But you notice, Todd, a little bit of confusion on who should shoot where. You see a lot of guys from Impact were whipping their guns back and forth, not sure what lanes to watch there. So here we go on the breakout. Tampa Bay Damage again sends Chad Bougier up the center. It's pretty easy to get up in the center. We haven't seen too many bodies die off the break, but it's tough to get past that 50-yard line.
It looked like Dan Holiday. Dan Holiday's now coming up the middle. Here comes Jason Edwards. Dan Holiday gets picked off. Coming up the middle, Jason Edwards still fighting. Edmonton Impact, all 5 bodies alive. Oh, it looked like
major penalty on Tampa Bay Damage. Ouch. And that is going to leave just 1 player left alive. So to talk about hiding, Lauren Kelly was talking about that's probably what Edmonton Impact is going to do to take this victory here with just under 30 seconds to play. Or are they going to try to close it out here? They're going to run up. Oh, and Zach Yakmak comes up, or Zane Yakmak. Zane Yakmak comes up and takes out the last player. And that is going to move Edmonton Impact into the finals again. Here they won the last event, and what an amazing year Edmonton Impact is having, and that is going to kill the chances for Tampa Bay Damages. They are now eliminated from this event, so they will not repeat the magic that they had at the West Coast Open last year, and Tampa Bay Damage still searching for a win in 2014. And also still waiting to, you know, they haven't been to the finals since this event last year.
But what a great game, though. I mean, back and forth battle.
Yeah, and Damage did look good. I mean, obviously, they couldn't have been closer. 2-3 was the final score, and Damage looked awesome in the prelims. So come World Cup, you know, it's pretty much that's their area of the world. It's down in Orlando, Florida, and those guys are all from Central Florida. So, well, yeah, pretty much the whole team almost from Central Florida. That's their home squad. So, I don't know. Damage is going to go home. Impact moves on. But next up, we have Art Chaos, Moscow Red Legion. This is definitely going to be a great matchup because Moscow Red Legion trying to prove themselves here in the champions bracket, reforming their team in the offseason. Colombo's playing amazing for them. You know, they went and got some French mercenaries on the team, and those guys have really stepped up for them. And Colombo has just he's been the best player on the team at this event, just getting tons of kills out there, tons of confirmed kills for him. Kevin Klum is also having a good event. But some of those younger Russian guys are really starting to step up, and that's definitely going to make the difference. But do they have enough for Art Chaos? I don't know.
Yeah, I really like the way Art Chaos is playing right now. I think that they're going to be the team to beat out here. Just the way that this field has been playing out, but Edmonton Impact has shown time and time again, you know, they're a really resilient team. They got a lot of smart players that know how to stay alive and get kills when it matters. So, good game coming up next year, Russian Legion Art Chaos. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly down on the field with some Impact players.
Congratulations, you guys just won that match against Damage. They were looking really strong this weekend, so that was a huge win for you. Justin, I heard you during your timeout talking about the play you guys wanted to execute in that next point. You were saying that you were okay with it, which made it seem like you weren't sure about it, but you needed to shoot the outside guys. What exactly were you trying to accomplish in that play?
Well, we figured that they had to come. They were down 2 with only 2 minutes left, so we figured they were going to run to the outside. So we stacked a heavy inside to shoot their outside guys. Unfortunately, they just didn't. They were unpredictable, and they came up the middle instead of outside. So the plan kind of backfired on us, and then they were able to shoot our inside guys because we were trying to play them on the outside play.
Got it. Justin, those were some pretty long points, and you specifically had one with Jason Edwards where you were one-on-one. Yep. When you're in that type of situation, how do you make the decision if you want to be the aggressor or you want to sit back and wait for them to make the move?
It all has time. It comes down to time and the score. And I realized that all I had to do is not lose it. I could just tie it. So I was just burning time. He had to come to me. He knew that because we were up. So I just sat there, and he comes, and then finally I made a sweet shot, and game over.
All right, well, congratulations, guys. You won that. Impact will be advancing on to the finals. Next up, we'll have Art Chaos and the Russians. Who do you guys think is going to take that one and be in the finals with you?
Art Chaos.
Russians, just to go against this guy.
Oh, okay, a little bet going on. All right, well, stay tuned, guys. Art Chaos versus the Russians coming up.